We're bringing in Tammy Bruce now, Fox News contributor and host of Get Tammy Bruce on Fox Nation. Good morning, Tammy. Thanks for joining us this holiday week.
My pleasure.
We love having you.
Thank you.
I guess we could say let's all act shocked. You know, the government was involved in suppression and pushing information. Politics and science routine engagements, they say. You know, we weren't suppressing, we were engaging.
Right. And this is, look, we certainly heard about this. We watched things happening. We had to presume, based on the evidence we saw in public, of course, these Twitter files. When they dropped the first batch, that people thought that was going to be it. We're now on batch 10, because this attitude doesn't stop with one issue, right? It's a mentality. It's if you will, a corporate culture to do this. So we're going to see a lot more, and not just with Twitter, but clearly, as Jen Psaki said, the platforms, plural. So it's in its nature at this point. And I think for Americans, it has been particularly difficult. Well, you don't want to believe that this is what we've been doing, that our government would be doing it. And yes, if it's Republican and Democrat administrations, is a given, because it's the bureaucracy.
It's the extent.
Yes,
the multiple agencies.
And law enforcement agencies, clearly, as we've seen, certainly at least with the Trump administration, acting in a manner where they appear to be, or they think of themselves as an independent arbiter about what's going to go on. So this is very important. I've been saying all along, this is not a niche Twitter issue. This is about our government, what it's been doing, what law enforcement is capable and willing to do. And we just know this because we found out about it because of Musk. Yeah. What else has been going on?
Right. And it doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat on this issue. This is a fundamental issue. Let's take this a little peek at something from Media Buzz. Host Howard Kurtz reacting to the government influence on COVID, specifically COVID content, saying this seems all too familiar.
An epidemiologist at Harvard Medical School. He tweeted, in his expert opinion, that vaccines were important for older patients, but not needed for children or those who had natural immunity. For that, he was slapped with a misleading label. He was shadow banned. You couldn't share or like anything he had to say, for his opinion. And it's like the Hunter Biden laptop all over again, except with life or death consequences.
Thoughts on that? Life or death consequences. That is what we're talking about here with COVID.
Yeah, we are, and that's been proven, of course. The magic that they have now is by silencing certain voices, and we see this with Levine when it comes to medical issues, and even now the transgender issue, is that the statement is, there's no debate with science, or the science is finished, and science is never finished, right? Science is created by investigation, theories, and debate amongst the experts. So when you silence people, then a government can say, no one disagrees. This is now the new truth, whether it's about vaccines, whether it's about gender-affirming care with minors. This is still a major conversation in this country. Parents obviously have a major role in this and deserve the truth and information they can rely on and trust. We are not at this point with the government managing information in this way.
Yeah, speaking of, conservatives are ripping Health and Human Services Assistant Secretary Rachel Levine after newly surfaced video shows her calling for big tech to censor so-called misinformation about gender procedures for kids. Now, Levine is a transgendered woman, made the comments in May. Listen.
There is substantial misinformation about gender-affirming care for transgender and gender-diverse individuals. We need to use our clinicians' voice to collectively advocate for our tech companies to create a healthier, cleaner information environment.
Yeah, the reaction on Twitter has been pretty fierce. So one person tweeting, nothing spreads holiday cheer quite like Rachel Levine calling for healthcare professionals to advocate for big tech censorship. Another with this, America is in trouble. So people concerned about this, and it's not so much about, you know, what you believe is correct care or not. It's more the government involvement.
Well, it is. And the fact is that there is differences of opinion. There is debate. But notice the rhetoric that Levine used about clean, right? You're looking at issues that are always going to be attached now to safety and health. And if their argument is that not disagreeing or saying something that disagrees with a narrative by one particular political faction, that's going to be deemed what? Unclean? Unhealthy? That's where the censorship comes. That's where people, in some ways, as they tested and trained us, if you will, during the pandemic, which I hope we're rejecting, is to do as we're told based on safety. But that is a very concerning level of rhetoric about making sure communication is clean. This is like every other issue. There is debate. Serious people disagree, as we saw with COVID and vaccinations. Experts disagree, and I think that the American people want to hear all the information and then make decisions on their own.
Yeah. And especially in this case, if you're dealing with a child that has any sort of medical condition,
correct,
you want to hear the personal experience of people that pursued whatever treatment, of whatever you're dealing with. You want to be able to just be able to hear the truth
and especially
about
when
people's lives without it being censored.
Well, you have these issues clearly now being smashed through the political lens and used politically as well. We're seeing parents and everyone else being pulled back and forth and being used. And there's a point when you have emergencies, which now the government is clearly moving along at a greater pace. Everything is deemed an emergency. So in a way, you kind of stop thinking because, oh, well, they know best. The problem is now Americans, when we do need to look to the government, are looking more suspiciously. Parents are looking suspiciously at valuable decades-long vaccinations that have helped this country and the world and children because of being misled, because of the behavior of our politicians in the last few years. That is on them. It is a shame, and parents should always be skeptical when someone tells you that there's no other option or everyone agrees or this is what we do.
Yeah.
That needs to end.
For journalists, that skepticism comes right in. But I agree with you, Tammy. And thank you so much for joining us. Happy 2023.
Yes, same to you. Happy New Year.
See you in the new year.
Excellent.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.